What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I have some breaking news to report today, and this is unfortunate because we saw this happening. We saw this escalation in the Middle East, and unfortunately, let me read this headline here from Reuters. 3 U.S. troops killed, up to 34 injured in Jordan drone strike linked to Iran. So I'm going to show you guys this clip. I think this was from Fox News, but it's on all the major outlets right now. When it comes down to it, we knew this was going to happen. Okay, we knew just by looking at the way these attacks kept escalating. Comes to these drone attacks in the Red Sea. So now we are looking at a situation where we have to respond to these attacks, the latest attacks, and I think where we were drawing the line was an attack on a service member, killing a service member. That's where we were kind of drawing the line, I guess you can say. But we've hit that point now. And so what will we see come from this? And who's responsible for this? And who is backing? Like they're saying Iran is linked to this. Was it the Houthis that were involved in this situation? Okay, so let me go ahead and show you the video clip here, and I'm going to come back and I might do another video today just giving you more details. The president did respond, so he has a response out there. So this is very serious. This is a very serious situation. So let me show you this clip and then we'll come back.
Well, Eric, retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg is with us. He's a former national security advisor to Vice President Mike Pence, also a Fox News contributor. General Kellogg, this is very concerning, this new turn of events here. The commander-in-chief can't lay out his specific plans per se, but he has to take a serious and targeted response. So what might the military reply, if you will, look like, and how many options do we have?
Arthel, thanks for having me. Yeah, this is very, very significant. When you lose Americans, and there's 3 dead, at least 25 wounded that we know of, it is a significant escalation. Look, I go back to what President Trump said in his State of the Union in January of 2020, when he said very clearly, if you attack an American, your life is forfeit. Well, we've just had some Americans killed. And frankly, anybody who didn't see this coming in national security area is a fool. We knew it was going to happen with the amount of attacks that have been occurring. We were just dodging the bullet. We were getting lucky. And it was caused primarily because of our normalization of activities. It was like, well, it's kind of okay to attack forces in the Middle East. It's okay to shoot missiles in the ships in the Red Sea. It's okay for China to get involved with Iran and Saudi Arabia in conducting peace. We've kind of taken a step back. Now the president's hand, President Biden's hand, is forced. In just a few blocks from here, in the White House complex and the Situation Room, I'm sure they're thinking of what they have to do. They're going to have to do what Teddy Roosevelt said, our 26th president. He said, when you strike hard. And he was the one who said, speak softly, but carry a big stick. I do not believe, Arthel, they have got any option but to go into Iran and attack Iranian targets. As Trey said just a minute ago, all of these attacks on American forces in the Middle East, be it Houthis, be it Hezbollah, be it anybody else, they're Iranian-backed. And this administration has pulled its punches, and it can't do that anymore. It has to make a hard strike. And here's the problem we've had with normalization, because when you normalize activities and kind of accept what's going on, now changing that dynamic is really hard. You can't just go tit for tat. You have to go up what's called the escalation ladder and make a significant strike, be it on people, be it on facilities, be it on troops on the field with the Iranians. Has to be something. The Pentagon is going to come up with options, and they're going to decide where they want to go. But my concern is this administration going to take the hard option it needs to take and strike hard against the Iranians. Does that mean personnel? Sure. It could mean everything from going after Ismail Ghani, who's the current leader of the Quds Force, or even the Supreme Leader, Khomeini, or going after facilities that build the drones within Iran, take out their naval facilities. They're going to have to make those decisions. But if they don't strike hard, they're making a big mistake, and I believe we're going to see a repeat of this in the future.
Yeah, Tehran has made this personal, and so the response has to be personal. But what I do ask, though, what about our allies in the region? I mean, who's on board, and what's the current communication between our allied forces?
You know, Arthel, that's a great question, and you need to bring your allies along. But this is an American issue. They have killed Americans. And this is, as you just said, this is personal. And we should lead. And if you want to come with us, come on with us. But if you don't, we're going to remember who came with us and who didn't. And this is one of those challenges you have as Americans. You can't say, well, let's all get on the same boat and row together. Oh, no. This is our lead. They killed our troops. We're going to respond. If you want to be there, be there. Now, of course, they're reaching out to them. I'm sure they're reaching out to the French and the Brits and the Italians and everybody else. But this is clearly, it's our lead. And my take to the allies would be, you'd better get on board, because I'm going to remember quite clearly who was with me and who wasn't with me when we have to make this response.
Absolutely. And if you could give me about 30 or 40 seconds on this, you've got Putin standing by, you've got Xi Jinping standing by. What are they watching for?
Oh, great question, Arthel. They're watching our response, and they're going to key off our response. That's the reason I was very concerned about normalization, because it kind of accepted everything. So they knew they could push, and they push hard. They're going to see what our response is going to be. And if it is not a strong response, we're just opening up ourselves to further aggression by the Iranians or anybody else in the region. So this is a chance for the United States of America, for President Biden to make a strong statement. They're watching. Allies are watching. Adversaries are watching.
General Keith Kellogg, thank you very much. Stick around throughout this day for us, because we will have more, much more in this breaking news story.
Okay, so let's take a look at the president's statement. So he just posted this earlier today. It says, today, America's heart is heavy. Last night, 3 U.S. service members were killed and many wounded during an unmanned aerial drone attack on our forces stationed in northeast Jordan near the Syria border. While we are still gathering the facts of this attack, we know it was carried out by radical Iran-backed militant groups operating in Syria and Iraq. Jill and I join the families and friends of our fallen and Americans across the country in grieving the loss of these warriors in a despicable and wholly unjust attack. These service members embody the very best of our nation, unwavering in their bravery, unflinching in their duty, unbending in their commitment to our country, risking their own safety for the safety of their fellow Americans, and our allies and partners with whom we stand in the fight against terrorism. It is a fight we will not cease. The 3 American service members we lost were patriots in the highest sense, and their ultimate sacrifice will never be forgotten by our nation. Together, we will keep the sacred obligation we bear in their families. We will strive to be worthy of their honor and valor. We will carry on their commitment to fight terrorism. And have no doubt we will hold all those responsible to account at a time and in a manner of our choosing. Okay, so there was a statement, the response from the president. So right now, like I said, I'm going to gather more information as well. I will put out another video later today or maybe early tomorrow morning once we have some more details when it comes down to it. But we are going to respond as the president stated. And where is this going to lead us to? So where are we going from here? Obviously, we respond, but are we going to be in a situation where now we're in war with Iran or in war with the Middle East in general? So I'll keep you guys posted. So make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell notification. But this is one of those things I've been watching very closely. I haven't been putting out too many videos on this topic, but this was something that I was watching very closely. And obviously we've gotten to a point now where it's escalated to a point where we have to respond, and we have to respond with a, overwhelming force. So we'll have to see where it goes from here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.